Nathan Dreyer. This is History of Motorcycles. Now, how old are motorcycles really? And how many brands of these machines have we seen on the road that have been there more than 50 years? Now, the roots of these machines may prove more interesting than you think. Now, you may drive around and see different brands, different sizes of machines, but have you ever thought about the innovation and engineering it's taken for them to get to this point? I'm a big fan of motorcycles, and I find it interesting to see the different sizes, different brands, variations that you can see all around town throughout the years. Today I'm going to inform you about the history of motorcycles by explaining the earliest forms of these machines, the most prolific brands of these machines, and the safety throughout the years of the machines. Now, the Roper Steam Velocipede is the earliest known form of motorcycle, and it laid the groundwork for motorcycles to follow. As stated in the American History website, the earliest form of motorcycles is the Roper Steam Velocipede, and it was invented by Sylvester H. Roper of Massachusetts. Though it was debuted in New England, circuses, and fairs by 1869, its date of creation is unknown. Now, it's powered by steam, but most experts argue that a steam-powered bike shouldn't be counted as the first motorcycle. Now, an example of the Roper Steam Velocipede will be right here with the steam chamber, as well as the exhaust to let off, the large iron wheels. Now, the history of Harley-Davidson is fascinating. Harleys have been the pinnacle of motorcycles for years, and they're easily the most recognized motorcycles to date. Now, if you drive around town and you see a motorcycle, and you can obviously tell if it's a Harley or not. Harley-Davidson is a brand that's seen in movies about war, and are often related to war, but they were actually the primary suppliers to the Allies of motorcycles during World War II, with more than 88,000 units produced. The earliest Harleys date back to 1903, when they were primarily used for what is now known as adventure touring and off-roading. In the developing days of the American highway system, most ways of travel were dirt, sand, gravel, and which made off-roading Harley-Davidsons highly sought after, according to the official Harley-Davidson website. Now, an example of a WLA model, which was used in World War II, with the saddlebags, the gun holster, and the high grip tires, made it a very useful tool during the war. Now, throughout the generations, we've seen higher fatality rates, but older generations seem to have a higher fatality rate than younger generations while riding motorcycles. The reason being, older individuals stop riding for years and seem to want to ride again, expecting the same power and the same bikes, but that's never the case. With bikes being much different each time a new line is introduced, the power distribution and overall feel of the bike is much different. With 80% of all motorcycle fatalities involving those under 25 in 1975, the age group with the most fatalities have shifted to 50 and older at 35% today. Now, riders who rode in the 70s haven't experienced innovation in size of the power of bikes today, and that's a huge risk. Now, the early developing days of motorcycles proved to be deadly, but the new generation's on par, according to the Chicago Tribune. Now, motorcycles throughout the years have been produced in different ways and have been innovated in many different ways as well. But all aspects of motorcycles have improved, from gas mileage to overall safety. Thanks for listening.